gets it, that's who owns it.
And the Warriors bringing back the band coming into this season. Durant took $9 million less than the max. That enabled them to bring back every big-time contributor from their 2017 championship roster.
Thompson misses. Bucks trail by 15. Pulls up, high post. Parker kicks to Dellavedova. There's the three. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Dellavedova's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Milwaukee.
And the Warriors not just re-signing their own free agents, they went out and got some other guys. Omri Caspi and Swaggy P. Hard to believe, but they might be even better than last year. And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
I like the activity there, keeping the ball alive and creating some second chance buckets.
Iguodala with it, now guarded by Antetokounmpo. They kick it out to Green. No one near Iguodala as he lets it go. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? You like their effort level here in the early going. I mean, they're really making things happen for themselves.
Stops, pops, and another basket for Golden State.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Yeah, and the execution, time and time again, right on point. They're running their offense to perfection.
And Thompson kicks to Livingston. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
And the officials call a traveling violation. Warriors leading by 20. He dishes it to Green. Iguodala outside. Shoots the three. And so it's the Golden State Warriors controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We come back right after this. And work ethic, a big part of Steph Curry's success, as he was not a hype.
There's obviously ways that you can get better as a player.
And he's certainly become not only a complete player, but the kind of true star guys that every team is looking to build around.
You know, when he was drafted, Steph was viewed by most scouts as a great shooter. Not a centerpiece, but boy, were they wrong.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And, guys, we've seen the Warriors really take control here.
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
Parker is the 4 with Monroe in the middle. Chris Middleton is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Snell in at the 3 slot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. Ron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall, and I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write, and by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. DA, thank you.
You only have so many options when it comes to stopping Monroe, especially when he's on the block. He's a master at earning foul calls whenever he's down there, because when he finds his sweet spot, you're at his mercy.
Akers checked in for the Bucks. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for Chris Middleton. Golden State also making some changes. Kevin Durant's checked in for Draymond Green. Young comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Stephen Curry in for Sean Livingston.
You know, Greg Monroe is a very talented big guy out of Georgetown. Is more comfortable facing up to the basket and can hurt you with the mid-range game, but also a pretty strong rebounder and interior defender, too.
really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Timeout called the Bucks. And for Monroe, he was shifted to the bench role in the past season, coming in as a sixth man after spending most of his career as a starter with the Detroit Pistons, and it was a new role.
And you know what, Kevin, a new role that I think he flourished in. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. He's shown the ability to be effective as a starter or OTB coming off the bench. You know exactly what you're going to get from him every time he steps on the floor, and that's valuable for a coach.
Parker's checked in for Thonmaker. Here's McCall. He's guarded by Brogdon. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
A three-pointer is right on target.
You know what, guys, he can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
And the stuff by West.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Got that bucket in no time at all. McCaw has got 4 points this quarter.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
It's Parker outside. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
And hate to make a mistake there, have to stay focused.
Greg, I think they're just giving the game to him at this point. Can't make those kinds of errors.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Clark, we know how big a Ohio State fan, I'm sorry, the Ohio State University fan that you are. Who is on your list for best players in the NBA coming out of the Big Ten?
Partner, you know me well because I was going to go right at you to correct you on that. It is the Ohio State University, as you indicated. Well, right now, probably have to go with Mike Conley. He's been superb throughout his career, particularly the last 4 or 5 years in terms of outstanding Big Ten players. Draymond Green, how can you not mention him? Double-time NBA champion. And then Oladipo out of IU, another guy that might be worthy of consideration there.
Milwaukee has gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly.
Not a lot going his way. Everything he's shooting is just off the mark. I mean, somehow he's got to figure out a way to turn it around. Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline. And
Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. And the Warriors also making a change. Thompson, he's checked in for McCaw. Durant for 3. Rebound by Greg Monroe. Monroe's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Logged in the pass to Parker. Over Thompson. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Whenever Parker has a look from mid-range, he's going to take it. I mean, he's a very capable shooter from that distance.
Floats one. Curry can't get it to go. The Bucks shooting only 21% from the field so far. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure. And if you want to drive your coach crazy, this is a good place to start.
Really, exactly. I mean, in what world is that a good shot? You tell me. I mean, he's got to feel bad and embarrassed about that one. No reason to take that shot.
Knocks down the 3-ball.
Timeout.
Curry's got 6.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Timeout called the Bucks.
You know, certainly, Kevin, the strength of this Milwaukee team, one of the strengths anyway, is the length they have. I mean, have reach at all positions, but especially up front. They just need some time to develop, but a strong base is there.
And the Bucks making a change here. Middleton's checked in. Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Iguodala comes in for Nick Young. Antetokounmpo dishes to Parker. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
And hate to make a mistake there, have to stay focused.
Greg, I think they're just giving the game to him at this point. Can't make those kinds of errors.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Steph Curry. The screen from Thompson. Durant in the corner. And it's off from three-point range. And to help with the development with all the young length the Bucks have, well, they brought in Kevin Garnett to work with the team last season. What a great move. Exactly who you want to be in their head and in that role.
No doubt about it, Kevin. You know KG from your time working with the Timberwolves when he was early in his career. And to have him work with Maker and Parker and Giannis, wow. And Giannis actually admired KG growing up, so even a bigger win-win to have him there. A big part of the conversation was having the right mentality to play and succeed in the NBA, and we know KG had the right mentality for a long time.
Well said, Clark, well said. And the Warriors making a change here. Pachulia's checked in. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Middleton can't get the heave to fall. Thompson inside the line. And out there with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
2K show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA halftime show on 2K Sports. Golden State did not hesitate to set the pace. Seemingly flawless as the game got underway, they were knocking down shots and playing tough defense as they went on a 13-0 run. They delivered a real beatdown in the first quarter, ending with a whopping lead. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. It's been quite a game for Zaza Pachulia. Here's Milwaukee now. And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. Inside, we've got Draymond at the 4 and Pachulia to his side. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Clay in the backcourt. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot.
You know, Kevin, when you watch Giannis, it's impossible to not see how much he impacts the game. I mean, you can never feel comfortable as an opposing team when Giannis is in action at either end of the floor. Offensively, he's a problem, and defensively, he's a nightmare.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Gotta love the smooth shooting stroke of Thompson. Outstanding at shooting as soon as he catches the ball.
For 3, Middleton, and the officials call a traveling violation.
And hate to make a mistake there, have to stay focused.
Greg, I think they're just giving the game to him at this point. Can't make those kinds of errors.
And here is Curry. He has 6. Beyond the arc. Sinks the triple. Curry's got 9.
And Kevin, that 3 ball of Curry, deadly. I mean, you feel like it's going in as soon as he lets it go, no matter where, at what angle, or how deep.
Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
And after Kevin Durant made his decision to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder, he instantly became one of the most polarizing players, it seemed, Greg, in the NBA.
Listen, Kevin Durant has always been a star in this league, but now he's become the story. It's something that he can handle but doesn't try to seek out. Was able to prove all the naysayers wrong and just having another amazing season.
Pachulia, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. The Warriors have made 3 free throws so far, haven't missed any.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard. And when you watch the Warriors, one thing that just jumps out is their passing. Everyone on this team, they allow the ball to dictate where it goes. Just unselfish to a fault.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Here's Curry. He's got 9. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. It's good from long range. And that's now 11 points for Kevin Durant. And the Warriors last year averaging right around 30 assists a game as a team. Greg, just a huge number, and they led the league in that regard by a wide margin.
Yeah, the passing they do is what they purpose as well. And I really feel like they have the highest collective basketball IQ in the game. I mean, they get a lot of free points off backdoor cuts or leak outs, and that's all because of their ball movement and awareness as a group.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. A different look for Middleton. Tony Snell's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Malcolm Brogdon. Then for the Warriors, West is checked in for Pachulia. And it's Patrick McCaw in for Green.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Parker kicks to Snell. The Bucks working the ball around. Back to Maker. Over West. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
And hate to make a mistake there. Have to stay focused.
Greg, I think they're just giving the game to him at this point. Can't make those kinds of errors.
The Warriors making a switch here. Young's checked in. Curry kicks to Young, and that's an intentional foul. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. There's the pass to McCaw.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
Clark, you were a fantastic rebounder your entire career. What do you feel gave you the edge over the other players in the glass?
You know, one of my fellow Buckeye greats, actually the greatest Buckeye of all time in basketball, I think, was Jerry Lucas. And he talked an awful lot about rebounding being more about timing and pursuit of the ball than anything else. And I had a good gift of timing, and I clearly was chasing down that pumpkin as well as most. And those were the things that allowed me to be a good rebounder. Good timing, good hands, and pursuit of the basketball. It wasn't complicated, but some of it was giftedness. The other part was persistence and hard work.
He feeds it to Durant. Makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
And Durant sends it back.
And Durant isn't just a powerhouse on offense. He also has a great sense of timing for when to block shots.
Milwaukee's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And good that time.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Warriors have gotten nearly everything to drop this quarter. They're 7 of 8 from the floor since halftime. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Oh, no. He's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there. And the 7th pick back in that 09 draft. Amazing that 2 other point guards were selected right before him, one of whom is completely out of the league.
Monroe's checked in for the Bucks. Golden State also making some changes. Iguodala comes in for Nick Young, and it's Livingston in for McCaw. Curry with a wide open look. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And that's 17 points for Steph Curry. And it's Dellavedova missing. The Warriors have gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. Durant, no good.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
.136 left here in the third quarter. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
No good on the second free throw.
And you look at the Bucks and this roster, and the one constant at every position, length. I mean, great height and wingspan. Giannis and Maker, just to name a few.
And Monroe kicks to Snell. Over Iguodala. Second shot opportunity. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Yeah, and the determination by Greg Monroe. I mean, never gives up on the glass, which in turn earns him second chance opportunities near the basket.
And when so much of the NBA is trying to capitalize, Greg, on small ball, the Bucks said they're going to go for tall ball if they can make it work.
And what the length and height gives the Bucks is a few things. One, you get matchup advantages at least at a few positions on the floor. Great coverage in the passing lanes. And remember now, the game, the half court is much bigger because of the impact of the three-point shot. You need size, skill, and activity to be able to guard that far from the basket.
And the vision of the Greek Freak, easily spotting his wide open teammates thanks to that height of his.
For three, Durant. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Durant's got 21 in the game.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
A different look for Milwaukee. Chris Middleton comes in for Tony Snell. And Malcolm Brogdon subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. The Warriors also with a sub. Green's checked in, and he makes that one.
He is in the zone. There's a reason he keeps getting the ball. They're feeding him because they trust him to lead their team.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Here's Maker. Back to Antetokounmpo. Here's Monroe. To stop the run. No good on the layup.
Loved how they guarded that layup. Didn't make it easy, which I think is why he missed it.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Golden State Warriors. And he continues to torment them from three-point range. A total of 5 threes for him in the game now. We've got more in store for you right after this.